Hi, I'm Rob, and in this video I'm going to take a look at this GT Omega Apex wheel stand. I'm going to be looking at how easy it is to set up, and I want to see how usable it is as well, because the wheel stand is no good if it wobbles around all over the place, isn't very stable and things like that. So let's take a good look at it. Now, one of the things I really like about this wheel stand is it comes almost pre-assembled. There's very little to do. It comes out of the box like this. You've got the base there for your wheelbase. And you've got the attachments there for the gear shifter if you're going to use it, and obviously the chair link if you use it as well. But the actual wheel stand itself, very easy to assemble. Got to be a little bit careful of this part here. It can be a bit of a death trap if you don't lower that down first. And you're nearly done straight away. You just got to attach this part there using the supplied parts, and attach the gear shifter assembly if you're going to do that. Again, very quick and easy to do, and the chair link thing, and you're done, and you're just ready to put your pedals down and attach your wheelbase. Very, very quick and easy. This wheel stand is pretty much fully customizable. If you undo these parts here, let's do the other one as well. It allows you to change the height of your wheels. If you're a smaller person, you can lower it right down and it's at a really low position. If you're taller and you want a high height, you can lift it to your desired height, tighten up the bolts again, and it's done. So really, really cool. Now, another really cool feature about this wheel stand that I really, really like is the tilt adjustment here for your base. Now, if you have it on the basic level all the way down, it'd be a set level for your desired wheel. But if you prefer a more angled wheel, for example, or just prefer a sort of different position, you can just undo this bolt here, undo this one here, and you'll see it's on a curve. So it allows you to actually tilt the wheel backward, which is going to basically lift it up and down, and you just tighten the bolts up again when it's in your desired position, and job done. Really cool feature, that. Another advantage of this particular wheel stand as well is the fact that it comes with a shifter holder. So whichever side you use it on, you can actually use this plate here and put it on whichever side you're used to. I'm English, so we drive on the left hand side of the road, so you just stick in the bolts, get your nut, and tighten it up properly later. Everything about this wheel stand is very, very easy to set up. It's really, really good like that. So we'll tighten that up later. Then if you're using a gear shifter like this TH8A, for example, you can just put it underneath, tighten it up, and you are absolutely good to go. Really, really cool. Right, this also comes with a thing called a chair link. And this is a pretty smart idea, I think, because it enables us to use a typical office chair as your racing seat. It comes with a couple of bars here. I'm not going to unpack them because I'm not going to use it. But that attaches to the stand, then attaches to this part here, which has got quite a deep tray in it, as you can see. You attach this to this bar, and then what you can do is you can sit the rear wheels of your office chair into this part here, and it will just basically lock it in place, meaning that it won't go anywhere, which is a pretty cool idea. Only one word of caution though is if you've got an office chair with arms and the arms are kind of high, it may get in the way of steering, and it may even get in the way of using the gear shifter, so do bear that in mind. Right, so this is with the wheel attached, the pedals attached, and basically in the folded position. You can actually fold it up a lot more, but obviously when it's like that, more prone to fall over. So what I do, if I'm going to leave it to one side, I open it up a little bit, just enough to make it its own little stand, and it'll stand, and then you can move it to one side. It's not mega heavy. If you don't like a mini workout when moving this thing, you may find it a little bit heavy, because it is well made. It's quite solid. It's a good old lump to lift up and down, but it can be a bit of a death trap. You've got to be really careful about this. There's these little bolts on the side. I'll show them in a minute. But I have got the lead attached here, but when you go to actually unfold this and set it up, make sure these little bolts on the side are tightened up, because that can just slam down. And if you've got your hand in the wrong place, it's going to be really, really painful. So to set it up, I'll basically set it to one side, and we can pull this out. I tend to tip it back like that. Then you can open that. Like I say, if you didn't have these bolts done up, that'll just then slam down, and even if the wire's in the wrong place, it may cut the wire in half, so you've got to be really, really careful about that. So let's do this first. Let's get the fully extended position. So that's now fully opened up. And now you can undo the bolts on the side. Just give a little turn. Definitely want to do that. And you can then lower the pedal set down. Like if you didn't do that, like I say, when it's up in the closed position and you go to open it, it could be away like that, and you go to open it, you open this part here, and that bit slam down, and you've got to be really careful of that. So I do recommend using those little bolts on the side there, just to lock that in place when you're not using it. Now it does come with these nice straps as well, so basically you can set up the wheel lead in a way so they're not going to get in the way. And this is a case of plugging it in, and away we go. Right, I'm going to use this in my standard seat I sit into when I play a game. So I've got the seat brought forward a bit, otherwise the camera angle would have been a bit weird. But basically, what you can do, let me move it forward a little bit. But it's very, very solid. Once it's set up, it's basically not going anywhere. It's really well made. Like it's got adjustable feet as well. Yep, you can turn them around if you've got an uneven floor or a laminate flooring, anything like that. But get it in a comfortable position so your feet are going to reach the pedals, and you're away. And it's very, very sturdy. I've tried it with this wheel. I'll plug the game on in a minute and we'll give it a go. In fact, why am I waiting around? We'll do that right now. Let's try a bit of a favourite, Dragon Trail. Let's try the Ferrari one, because it looks nice. That'll do. So what I'm looking for here is basically stability in the frame thing. I don't want it rattling everywhere or moving as I play. I want to be able to put a lot of pressure on the brakes and foot pedal. I want to be able to turn the wheel vigorously. I want to be able to have a crash or a shunt and not have the wheelbase feel like it's moving everywhere. And let's see if it passes them tests. We're just driving normally, so a bit of a crash there, solid. It does feel really nice. It feels very, very solid. I think you could have a much more powerful wheel than this and you wouldn't have any issues at all. I had a lot of issues trying to get hold of a Thrustmaster T598, the direct axial drive wheel from Thrustmaster, but Curry's completely screwed that up. They basically took my money way in advance before the release date and failed to deliver, quite literally. The item just basically failed to exist, and even Amazon, of all people, let me down. They said they were going to be in stock 2nd of January, and I did check the year, and suddenly that date came and went, and I didn't get my item, and now the listing on Amazon had changed to basically it will be January 2026, or up to like it will be sometime this year. They basically changed the year, which was really annoying. But anyway, back to this. But why was I talking about the T598? Oh yeah, because that is a more powerful wheel than this Thrustmaster T300 RS. But it feels super solid, like really solid. It was a bit of a crash on purpose. Yeah, it feels great. Really does feel good. It's not moving in the slightest. I'll be a bit more vigorous now on the brakes and accelerators if I'm getting a bit carried away. Let's really slam them down onto a big spin and everything. Big crash. Yeah, the wheel stand's not going anywhere. It's absolutely fine. I mean, you can feel it flex ever so slightly when you get into a big crash like that. But the important thing is it's not actually moving, it's just a tiny bit moving left to right on the frame, which is absolutely fine. If anything, that probably adds a little bit more realism to it, you know, the thing just having a little bit of flex. But the important thing is the actual base itself isn't going anywhere. And that is what you want from a wheel stand. I had a wheel stand before and had a habit of slowly creeping across the, across the floor as you use the accelerator and the brake and things like that. It gradually got further away from you before you realised you were kind of really stretching for it, and it's like, hey, what's going on here? Am I shrinking? Or what? Yeah, this is going absolutely nowhere. Get out of the way, sunshine. That's really good. I mean, if you have your wheel stand, which basically ticks all the boxes, is solid, firm, strong enough to withstand powerful wheel sets, and you don't have a all-in-one sit-down rig where it's just, you know, in a permanent place like my one in my game room downstairs, then this may well be the absolutely perfect solution for you. Apart from that thing about the wheelbase thing sliding down when you first open it, which you should really use those nuts on the side to lock it in place when you're finished, and that is about the only thing I can really fault it on, because it does exactly what it says on the tin. I mean, if the job of a wheel stand is basically to have your wheel in place, your pedals in place on a permanent basis, be storable, so it's foldable, so you can park it to the side when you're not using it, be easy to set up when you do go to use it again, not move when you're using it so it's in the right place, be strong enough to not be flexible when you're using it or you have a crash or anything like that, then absolutely it does every single one of those things. Right, let's stop racing, because let's just have another test of the flexibility. Yeah, it was going all over the place then, the wheel, but this was absolutely rock solid. So really, really good. Very, very impressed by this wheel stand overall. Like I say, the only thing I can really say to watch out for is when you're setting it up. If you don't use those nuts on the side, you're kind of asking for trouble, because especially if you're giving it to a small child or something like that to set up, then be careful, because without those nuts locked in place every time, that can just slam down, and if somebody's got their hand in the wrong place, it's going to be nasty, like really nasty. So do be wary of that. But when you fold it away, I'll just show you what you do, because I don't want anybody having accidents. Because this part here, when you fold it away again, but when you put it away, let's move that up and we move that away, that can still just slam down. So when it's away, just, oops, see, you've got to be careful. You go to them bits there on the side, those nuts, tighten them up, both of them, give them a little turn. Don't have to be mega tight, just enough to stop it from moving. And there we go. It's like now it's not going to go anywhere until you want it to. Then all you do is open it up like we did at the beginning. See, I didn't do it up tight enough. That's what you've got to be so careful of. So do be a little bit wary of that. I obviously didn't do this one on the side tight enough, so I don't want to give this a bad name, thinking it's like a death trap. But all I had to do then was tighten up the one on the side a little bit more, and it wouldn't have jumped down like that. But definitely something to be wary of, I would say. But yes, overall, a very good wheel stand even. But just be careful about that, because it is a thing. It's like so it was actually quite tight, but it just swung down again. So it was actually quite tight there to undo, but it still managed to fold down. Let's see why. Oh, I think Scott didn't have the right hand one done up tight enough. So make sure you've got on both sides. One side fairly tight, the other side not that tight isn't good enough. See, it still will come down if I try and force it, but it's going to lock into place on one of those side bolt those little notches there, it's going to stop it from. Now it still does go down completely, but not in the sort of violent manner it did a minute ago. But anyway, very good wheel stand. Right, we're still doing stuff on the game. Let's pause it there. But there it is, there's the video. If you enjoyed it, found it useful or helpful, be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button, it really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching. Catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.